Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
My big question is your show scripted?
Yeah, you couldn't make this up. Are you serious?
I do not get paid every time I'm on camera.
Do you watch the show?
Yes, I do.
And you can't tell whether I'm a real doctor or not?
My answer to that is how rude.
Well, hell, you don't even get a vote then.
I told you he's going to say that.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you.
Well, for the past 21 seasons of Dr. Phil, the amazingly dedicated staff has spoken with thousands of guests. During the vetting process, they ask very specific questions, such as, why do you want to be involved in this show? Who all resides in your household? Ever been arrested?
One question that I have had every single guest answer who has sat on this stage or appeared virtually is, what is your question for Dr. Phil? Why? Well, I like to have in a nutshell the question that encapsulates the gist of why they want to come here, sit down, and talk to me, because I want to be sure I answer that before they leave.
Philip has definitely gotten some interesting questions over the years.
Dr. Phil, is it moral to marry my late sister's husband?
My 3 kids argue with each other all the time. How can I get them to get along?
How can I keep the relationship fresh and exciting?
How can I get my 3-year-old son to stop having tantrums?
Dr. Phil, I need to know, is it best to seek premarital counseling before getting married?
How do I stop being the bank of mommy to my 23-year-old daughter?
I'm wondering, where can I find a good man?
Dr. Phil, I would love to know, have you tried mushrooms? And if not, would you like to?
Dr. Phil, I'm a huge fan of yours, and I'm a psychologist myself. However, I've heard rumors that you aren't a real doctor. Is this true?
Well, Suzanne, who just asked the last question, is in the audience. She says she's a member of Dr. Phil Fanatics, our exclusive online fan page. So I'll answer her question now. Do you watch the show?
Yes, I do.
And you can't tell whether I'm a real doctor or not?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm so excited to see you, and you've influenced me in my career. As I mentioned, I'm a psychologist too, and I have a degree in clinical psychology. However, there still are rumors. So for, I guess, the people in the back, are you a doctor?
Well, kiss my ass. Yeah, I've got a bachelor's, master's, PhD, postdoctoral fellowship, and yeah, I'm a doctor.
Thank you.
I'm a doctor. A viewer named Michelle sent in this question. Robin, a persistent rumor is that you get paid every time you are on camera. Is that true? I wouldn't hate that. Girl, get your coin.
Okay, let me answer that. The answer is no, I do not get paid every time I'm on camera. In fact, let me go a step further. I've been coming to this show every day for 21 years, and I don't even work here. I came to the very first show to support my husband, and the EP came out of the control room and said, "Can you come to every show?" And I said, "Yes, I can." And I've been to every show to support this man, my husband, because I believe in what he stands for, and I believe in what this show stands for. So I've never earned a penny for it.
Well, we have some more questions for you. Michelle isn't the only viewer who has something to say about Robin.
Ooh. Bring it on.
On Fanatics, there are many misconceptions posted. We just thought we'd just answer some of these today.
Yeah.
I'll read a few and then Robin can address them. Deborah M. says, she gets paid for being there every day. In addition, the cost of her clothing is reimbursed as a part of her contract. And then Kareem Emmett, hang on, it gets better. Kareem MS says, it doesn't need to say free. She's wearing it for an hour on the show, and then she returns it to the designers. The designers get a kickback just for her wearing it on the show. It's a win-win all around. God, I wish that was true.
I was going to start this answer with, I know this man right here wishes all of that was true. So here's the deal. I have never, ever received any clothing from any designers from any store for free. No, I own everything I wear.
She won't take free clothes because she wants to wear what you want.
I don't want to own my clothes.
Well, Jenny C. says, what do you do with these when you get through with them? Because you don't seem to ever wear anything twice. And then Nancy G. says, do you wear something new every episode?
Okay. No, I do not wear something new every episode. I have worn clothes again and again over the years. And when I decide to get rid of them, when I've just worn them too much, I give them to my family, I give them to my friends, and I donate them to charity.
All right, good. It gets worse. Kathleen N. says, glad to see you wear some color once in a while. Why do you always wear black?
I wear black because I love black. I love black. I love a black outfit.
Why do you wear long sleeves all the time?
Oh, I get that a lot. Like, why are you hiding your arms? Well, I'm hiding my arms because it's freezing in here. Is it not freezing in here? Okay, it's freezing in here, so I do wear long sleeves almost all the time.
Okay, then Christine C., Kathy B., another Christine C., Derek S., and Nancy A. all go your shoes.
Yes, they think I'm too old to wear heels?
Yeah, they say, why are you wearing heels all the time? It's going to ruin your feet. And you probably just wear them while you're on the show and take them off the second you walk off stage.
What?
Yeah.
And go barefoot?
I didn't write it. I'm just reading it.
I love heels. I've always loved heels. I'm more comfortable in heels. I will wear heels as long as I want to. I do not take them off when we leave the stage. I actually can run in heels.
Right,
I run in heels.
All right, now calm down, sister.
Okay. All right.
Donna M. says, she looks okay for her age, but
thank you.
She's way too thin. I mean, look at her. She's got some kind of eating disorder. Then Sandra H. says, yeah, she looks anorexic to me. Dr. Phil needs to pay more attention to his wife.
Yeah. Oh, he pays so much attention to me. Okay, so that anorexia, too thin, look at her, that, that is borderline body shaming. And, I could go there, but I won't because I would then look like a victim, and I will never be a victim. But my answer to that is how rude.
Okay, well, we have a question about our guest that I've been getting asked for years. Take a look at this one.
Hi, Dr. Phil. My name is Krista, and my question is your show real or is it scripted? And are they paid actors?
Are they paid actors? That's your question?
Yes, because there's some wild shows. Wild. People running.
Yeah, you couldn't make this up. Are you serious? You really think these are actors?
I only think maybe a few that became celebrities possibly were asked to be on the show, but I love
let me clear that up. Zip, zero, not and yet. There has never been anybody on here that is not authentic to what they say they come here for. Some of these people have written in 70, 80 times. And, they often say, wow, you're our last hope. It's about as genuine and authentic as you can get. We take it very seriously. They take it very seriously. And it couldn't be more genuine. The fanatics are really passionate and outspoken, and many have questions about the existence of a person they believe is not real, and that's on the internet. Tanya asked, Dr. Phil and Robin, there is a person who claims to be a staffer named London on the fanatics page. Is she really a staffer or a bot? Well, here's the answer. London is not fake or a bot. She's a real person who's on my staff and is the co-creator and manager of the Fanatics page. She's doing an amazing job, I might add. London is in the audience today, right here. Stand up and say hi. There you go. Hi. This is London. So you had fun doing it, right?
Yes, I love Fanatics, and a lot of your biggest fans, both you and Robin, come there and use it as a support group or to ask questions that we're, getting to today. But when I saw that it was reading I'm a Bot, I was shocked. I'm like, am I just a walking AI?
You do a beautiful job, a fun job. You make that page so much fun and interactive.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Next, we're going to meet a couple who says they need relationship advice from Robin and me. We'll be right back.
I am such a big fan of the show. I have been since I was a little girl. Have you guys ever gotten into an argument the morning of a show? And how is it when you guys have to walk out hand in hand if you're still upset with each other?
I'll let you answer this first.
Thank you for your question.
I don't want to get in trouble. So. And later,
she has turned our sayings into 60 original songs and her quest to become Philip's personal songwriter.
I would just watch Dr. Phil and, man, little quips and quotes and little zingers. And I just started writing them down just because I wanted to remember it for myself to help me in my own life.
Everything that comes out of your mouth, to me, it's almost everything is a song. I think you're a songwriter.
Who knew?
Well, Philip and I have a surprise for Christy.
You know, Phil and Robin, you have done so much groundbreaking TV and so much crazy television, too. Phil, we appreciate you. We love you, Robin.
In Hollywood years, you all have been married for 879 years, right? So my question is the secret to a lasting marriage happy wife, happy life, or happy spouse, happy house? What is it?
I think it's all about keeping a happy house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, because you got to seriously look around, and if she ain't smiling, you need to change what you're doing, and hopefully she thinks the same thing.
Yeah.
You got to do it. Family is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I want to introduce some of ours today. First, Jordan and his lovely wife, Morgan, are here. You guys stand up and say hello. This is our youngest son, Jordan, and his wife, Morgan. And Jay and his beautiful wife, Erica, are here. Stand up. And then London is here, and Avery are here, our grandkids. Yeah. And we've got other family here. Where's Scott? Scott, stand up, Scott. We have two other grandchildren, Roe and Gray, but they're 2 and 1, so we thought, we probably shouldn't bring them here. So
They're so sweet. It's nap time for them.
yeah.
So another viewer, Hannah, has a question for Philip and me that we've both heard before. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Phil and Robin. My name is Hannah. I am such a big fan of the show. I have been since I was a little girl. Have you guys ever gotten into an argument the night before or the morning of a show and still had to continue? Also, how is it when you guys have to walk out hand in hand if you're still upset with each other?
Please welcome Hannah, who is joining us from her home in Nashville.
Hey, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, guys. How are you? Thanks for having me.
We're great.
So I'll let you answer this first.
Okay. So thank you for your question.
I don't want to get in trouble. So
Let me be very honest with you. We don't fight and argue. We really don't. We do disagree. We have disagreements. We disagree about things. But when we do, we keep it private. We settle those things at home. So we would never bring it to the studio and have a problem being around each other.
Yeah, no, I would say the same thing. Of course we have disagreements, but if you're a professional and you're mature, you take care of those things privately. I mean, I wrote in 2 or 3 books about fighting fair. If you have a disagreement, you take it private, you keep it private, you isolate it there, you deal with it. We'd never contaminate the workplace with that. People that, I've always thought this, people that are willing to write in here And if we answer, they're willing to get in a car, drive to the airport, get on a plane, fly across the country, come here and put everything out in front of everybody. Man, I'm telling you, they deserve your undivided attention. There's no way I would ever show up here distracted, pissed off, or whatever and not give them 100%. You just don't do that.
Here's another relationship question for Philip and me from Ideen and his girlfriend of 9 years, Roberta.
Hello, Dr. Phil and Robin. My name is Ideen.
And I'm Roberta.
We've been together for almost 9 years now, and it is a great relationship all around. But like every other couple, we don't always see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah, we have a very different idea of what fun is.
To me, an idea of fun is staying home, meditating, and working on my breathing technique. But to her,
Fun sounds a lot more like going on a jet ski or rock climbing or hang gliding.
so Dr. Phil and Robin, what do you suggest when it comes to couples who are not on the same page?
Okay, so you guys have talked this through, right?
I want to do more exciting things like you. And so we're kind of wondering how you guys talk through those things. Like, Robin, how are you okay with him flying a plane or getting in a NASCAR race car or like doing all these really exciting things?
Well, you know, he was actually a pilot when I met him. I fell in love with the man and who he is. And so I thought it was very exciting that he was a pilot. And I think he's brilliant. And I trust him. I trust that he's doing things he's prepared to do. He's done his homework. I think he's, like I said, brilliant. So I know that he's prepared himself to do what it takes to be safe.
Really, to me, what it comes down to is how do you make a balance between having fun and doing adventurous things, while maintaining safety? Of course, nothing is risk-free. So there has to be a balance that's struck between the two. And that's really my question.
Yeah, are y'all married?
No.
Well, hell, you don't even get a vote then.
Yes. I told you he's going to say that.
Yeah, well, good guess.
Yes, sir.
Now, look, here's the thing. I think if you have to stop being 100% of who you are to be half of a couple, price is too high. You can't stop being who you are to be half of a couple. And you can't stop being who you are to be half of a couple, which means if you want to be together, you'll find some middle ground and work it out.
Yes.
Because if you don't, you'll resent him for clipping your wings.
That's right.
Or you'll resent her for putting you into a panic attack every time she leaves the house. So you got to work it out, but you can't stop being who you are. Yeah. You absolutely can't. And she's never asked me to stop being who I am.
No.
All right. We're going to meet a viewer who says his friends have accused him of abandoning them, and he wants our advice. Next.
When I read your question, the first thing I thought of was a quote by Maya Angelou that I think of a lot. And it's, when people show you who they are, pay attention the first time.
My question for Robin and Dr. Phil, we love you, we appreciate you, and we honor you. But my question is this: how do you balance your personal life with living out loud? You're on stage, you've been in the homes of America for years and years and years, and yet you have a family and you have a personal life. How do you manage to do it all and keep it together?
You know, we're really very private.
Yes.
And you don't see us on red carpets a lot. Our idea of a good time is to hang with family and be together. And so we protect that time really, really strongly.
Yes. If we're working, it's really a passion that we have. And then also our number one passion is family. So we blend it as much as we can. And then when we're not working, we just want to be with family, or we want to be at home. We enjoy being at home, relaxing.
Yeah, and I've invented ways to stay involved. Jay's in business. I find ways to do that. Jordan's a musician, and I find ways to stay engaged in that. So we just find ways where it all comes together. But you have to do it on purpose. It doesn't just happen. You have to create it on purpose. Now, today is Ask Dr. Phil and Robin Day, where we answer all questions from friends and viewers.
One of our viewers had an interesting question that reminded Philip and I of our early days. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Phil and Robin. My name is Peter. I'm from the East Coast originally. I moved out to Los Angeles about a year and a half ago to pursue a career in film. And because of that, I've lost some friendships back home. And I'm wondering for the two of you if you think it's worth remending those friendships with people who think I've abandoned them to find my own personal success.
That is such a great question. Do you feel like you abandoned them?
No, I don't. I try to keep in contact with them still, but they've kind of cut me off in a way. They don't feel like, I feel like because I moved out here by myself without them, that I was pursuing my own dream and leaving theirs behind.
That sounds like they should be here asking the question, not you, because you can't slow yourself down for other people. You didn't abandon them. I mean, maybe you're the trailblazer. Maybe you're the scout. You come out here, you kind of figure things out, tell them what you know. Maybe they come along, then they'll say, hey, you've been a great friend. You kind of pioneered this for us. But I promise you, you can't slow yourself down because they're not ready to move. And if they have a problem with that, that's their problem.
I was wondering if the two of you have ever experienced anything like that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure. And when I read your question, the first thing I thought of was a quote by Maya Angelou that I think of a lot. And it's, when people show you who they are, pay attention the first time. And I think it applies here because they're showing you something about themselves that maybe you should pay attention to. Because friends are not unhappy for you when you make a decision that's pivotal in your life. Just go ahead and pursue your life.
I wouldn't spend a second feeling guilty about it.
No.
Now, Rigoberto is a fanatic who has a very pointed question for me. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Phil. My name is Rigoberto McWilliams. I'm a huge fan of the show. My grandma got me into it. My question for you is, will you ever admit that you're wrong? And if so, is it going to be in this lifetime?
Where's Rigoberto?
Right here.
There you go. I don't know. It's never come up.
Today's the day.
Let me tell you, I've been married 46 years. You think I've never been wrong? I have 200 women on staff here. You think I've never been wrong? What planet are you from?
So, okay, for example, when you and Robin have your disagreements, do you ever admit when she's right?
Daily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Daily.
Because I'm always right.
Coming up, we'll meet a woman who says she's used our actual words to inspire an entire career. You don't want to miss this.
I feel like my gift of writing is to be used to help people, and my life experiences are similar to his.
And you, Robin, I've listened to every single one of your podcasts, and there are just so many little gems in there.
It's cathartic to you to write these songs. Closed captioning provided by...
Hey, Dr. Phil and Robin. It's David Foster here.
Hi, and Catherine McKee Foster.
I'm sorry I've lost my voice.
Well, our question is about parenting, since you know we have a little baby. So I'm reading this new book that talks about finding ways to say no in different ways, right? Like basically not saying no, to sort of redirect them. What do you think about that?
We will take your advice for sure, because we'd love your advice.
I have a feeling he's going to say no is always a good no.
Phil, Robin, we love you so much.
She's asking about redirection versus, telling a child no. And there's a huge body of literature that says up until age 2 or 3, redirecting is absolutely the thing to do. No question about it. Agree?
Agree. I do remember doing that. I had a huge bowl of caramels on the coffee table. And so when Jay or Jordan would go to it, of course they wanted to play with them and eat them, I would just redirect them until they were old enough to understand no. But I do believe in telling them no when they understand it. But grandchildren, you never tell them no. Never.
Our next guest, Christy, says not only has she been watching me since I was on Oprah, but has been writing down quotes from Robin and me for more than 16 years.
She has now turned our sayings into 60 original songs and is the subject Above the Bamboo Room, a documentary about her quest to become Philip's personal songwriter.
My dream is to be Dr. Phil's personal songwriter. I love the Dr. Phil show. I've always just really loved his homegrown wisdom and his straight shooting delivery. I would just watch Dr. Phil and, man, you know, little quips and quotes and little zingers. And I just started writing them down just because I liked what he had to say and I wanted to remember it for myself to help me in my own life. And I got to looking at them and I thought, oh my God, those would make really good hooks for songs.
I've had the opportunity through my column to meet a lot of really interesting people. The first time I sat down with Christy, I thought I was getting a little story for the column. And it was really clear within just a few minutes of talking to her that this was something much bigger.
Having this dream makes it easier to put my apron on and go down to the restaurant and get in the dishwater, you know, because I've got the song in my head and I feel like everything's going to be okay because I have this dream. And I just set a goal. I am going to write an album's worth of songs based on Dr. Phil's sayings.
How's everyone doing? Welcome to Dr. Phil Project Live. Here's Julia Scott and Amelia Nash. Give it up.
You either get it or you don't. You gotta own it or you won't. Whatever happened to common sense? Everything you do has a consequence.
I'm so flattered. It's great to meet you.
Well, it's beyond belief being here. I just can't thank you enough for all your inspiration. And you, Robin, I've listened to every single one of your podcasts. And there are just so many little gems in there. You know, here it is already and I haven't even yet. And remember to forget. And your mother. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You say our stories just really hit close to home. Let's take a look.
I've always felt like my purpose was to help people. And then I discovered I had this gift of writing, and I feel like my gift of writing is to be used to help people. And my life experiences are similar to his. Dr. Phil's father was a hardcore alcoholic. Robin's father was a hardcore alcoholic and gambler. My father was a hardcore alcoholic and gambler. My worst fear was my dad drinking. Even when he was sober, he'd be fine, and then other times it was just be very embarrassing.
I remember the screen being cut in the window of my bedroom. Don't worry, boys. It's only me. It's my dad. Crawling in through the window. He'd been locked out by my mom. Telling my friend, you know, don't worry, it's just my dad. You know, it happens every night. You know, it's how we live.
That's why I wrote This Family Needs a Hero.
This family needs a hero.
You know, instead of paying a therapist, then I write a Dr. Phil song.
So it's cathartic to you to write these songs.
Oh, very much so. You're such a straight shooter, and everything that comes out of your mouth, to me, it's almost everything is a song. And a lot of times you actually rhyme, but I'm not sure if you know that. But I think you're a songwriter.
No,
to tell
I
you the
didn't.
truth.
I never thought of it that way.
Well, Philip and I have a surprise for Christy next.
Dr. Phil! Congratulations on 21 amazing years. An iconic TV show that gets me through every spa day, every massage. I love it so much. I love you. Mwah!
Closed captioning provided by...
These are my Dr. Phil books. So see, I've got all my notes. And so I've got Self Matters, the one that I haven't finished. I got to chapter 2 and I couldn't read further. because it was all about being your authentic self, and I realized how far removed I had become from my authentic self. I have read all of his books, but I still have a couple more chapters on Self Matters, and I don't know what it is about it that I can't quite get there.
Well, we're back talking with Christy, who says she has written 60 original songs inspired by some of the quotes and quips that Philip and I have said throughout the years.
For the past 13 years, Christy's story has been filmed and followed and is set to be featured in the upcoming documentary Above the Bamboo Room. Now, the producer of the documentary, Terry Wiegand, and director of photography, David Woolson, are here today. Terry, David, thank you guys for being here. Now, you've been working on this for a long time.
Long time.
Almost 10 years.
What got you interested in it?
I sold all my stuff after college and I moved to Alaska to save up money to travel. And I heard about Christy, but I never really got to meet her. And I just said, there is something here. And I didn't know what it was, but I called her up. And after talking to her a couple of times, I realized this story needs to get out there, but nobody can tell your story but you.
Yeah, well, for sure. So what do you hope is the main takeaway from the documentary?
That it's never too late. It's never too late to chase your dream.
David, what's clicked with you as you've gotten into this?
I wish that everyone could spend as much time with Christy that we have over the last almost 10 years. She's just a real inspiration, and it feels surreal to be here in this moment after all these years.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what she's feeling compared to.
Christy says that she has been inspired by Philip and me, but we are also inspired by her. We'd like to send her home with autographed copies of our books. So, Robert, please bring them out.
Oh, my gosh. This is absolutely amazing. It's a dream come true, and I thank you so, so very much.
Well,
you're welcome.
Do you have an end to the documentary?
We found a new ending.
This is it, right?
It's it. This is it.
Yeah, all right. Well, coming up, is it possible to remain authentic and keep a level head while navigating Hollywood? My next guest wants a real deal answer from Robin and me about how you survive in Hollywood and still be real people.
Philip, it's Ronnie Dunn, your favorite country singer. I don't know how you're going to be able to come off of the high that you must have had after doing this show for 18 years. You've healed the world, man. You imagine that?
Oh, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
It's 21 years, Ronnie, not 18.
Oh, he's so cute.
All hour long, Robin and I have been answering questions from some of our biggest fans. Our next guest says that my advice has helped her through a tough time and has attended about 10 tapings here in the studio. She also says coming here is like going to church.
I'm Marjani, and the question that I want to ask is, a lot of people in Hollywood lack authenticity, and they behave one way behind closed doors, but they present themselves as completely different. And I want to know if Dr. Phil and Robin have any pressure to uphold their persona, or if they're just real.
So you've been a few times.
Yes. Still to this day, I watch 6 or 7 Dr. Phil episodes a day, just on YouTube. Just let it play. I just love everything about the show. I love Robin, how she has the greatest feminine touch. And I love that you changed to sneakers. I remember that, and I was like, that just makes him so much cooler. Yeah. And I hope that whatever you're doing after this, you're still doing the work. Because like I said, it's like going to church. So I still want to hear the word. Yeah. So I just want to know if it's authentic.
I think the thing that sticks in my mind the most, Bill Dawson's here. He's one of my longest and dearest friends, and Robin's, of course. And I think he was doing an interview maybe 20 years ago, and they were asking him, how has Dr. Phil changed since he became a television icon? And I think your answer was, the only thing that changed is somebody turned on the camera. I don't know. Has anything changed?
No, I remember the very first time I laid eyes on you, you walked into a law firm conference room where I was sitting along with a bunch of other lawyers lined up like a crow on a wire. You had analyzed our case for us. We were having trouble with it. You walked in the room, sat down on the other side of the conference table, and went into problem identification mode, and it was brutal, and we took it hard, and you spelled out all the problems. And then you let that sink in, and you went into problem solution mode, and I've often thought that's the same thing he does every day coming out on this stage. It's no different.
I think everybody has a way of being in the world, and I just kind of take a cerebral approach to things. I mean, Robin will say sometimes something great will happen in our lives, and she'll say, give me something. You know, do a happy dance, give me something. And I mean, I may be very excited inside, but I'm just kind of cerebral. And Jay is like Robin. He'll be doing a happy dance, and Jordan is just like me. He'll go, but he's just as happy as he is. So I don't know. You think I'm any different?
No different. No different. Consistent, yes.
Yeah, good or bad. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's the same.
I love him.
It's the same all the time. All right.